These are the best solo arena drop spots in Chapter 4 Season 2. Sword Racetrack Split. For a non-named POI, this drop spot is stacked. You get a sword, slurp truck, 2 hollow chest spawns, coolers, and more loot than you will ever need. I like to land on the swords, gather a little loot and mats, and then sword onto the slurp truck, hit that. From there, you either have to fight for the POI or enjoy all of the loot. You're in a fairly central location on the map and can get all of your materials at the racetrack. This is definitely the best non-POI spot on the map and can easily support a full duo. Eastern Island. I found this drop to be very low key. You rarely get contested, but when you are, it's difficult to fight because of all the bamboo to hide behind. I recommend always landing on the slurp truck as that has better loot and also a slurp truck. You can max HP immediately and then grab a few chests and mats to fight. When uncon, you can do the same thing but without fighting. Take the slurp truck, grab the chests, farm some mats. The metal isn't the best here, but you can get a decent base. There are also 2 safe spawns which give you a ton of gold for upgrades or augment rerolls. On your way out of the POI, hit a geyser and check the sword spawns to the west. North Snow Tower. This has been my drop spot for tourneys last season. It works well if you're good at dropping, and hey, most of the time I was uncontested even in tournaments. You can typically snag a free elim out of the air for players heading north if you're able to get an AR or anything similar to that. The drop has everything you need as a solo, 5 chests, 2 coolers, hollow chest spawns, and plenty of metal. Always make sure to grab your metal before you leave this because it's going to be scarce everywhere else. There are even barrels and secret chest spawns too. When you're ready to rotate out, you can hit the launch pad to get far or simply drop down and farm the easy brick and wood down below. Again, cap your metal before you leave. If you're pulling zones, you could just keep hitting the launch pad to scout or stay up here and just hold this position. I tried to avoid 5 drops that were all in the new area of the map, so here's another one that is different, but the last one I think is going to be the best. Tower east of Citadel. Do you want to land at Citadel but not actually land at Citadel? Well, this is for you. I've found this to be free most of the time and has enough loot to get started. This is definitely a scavenger route and not somewhere you get everything you need. Grab the loot at the tower quickly and make your way around the area to secure a few more chests. Unfortunately, there's one major downside to this drop: no metal. This isn't a good source of metal and there isn't a good source to farm nearby. So you have to choose. Do you want an area that's free with no metal or pick another spot? That's essentially what this is, but if you like being unconned, I would highly recommend this. Alright, this is one of the ones that I think is going to be highly contested. It won't be an arena, but I think come tournament time, a lot of players are going to want to drop here. This is the new gas station, and I'm already seeing some top pros wanting to land here. Gas stations have been a popular drop for a while now. This one will be too. You should be fine in arena, but I would expect players to land here in tournaments like I just mentioned. This is another drop though that has everything that you ever need. Plenty of loot, hollow chest spawn, mats, and a slurp truck. It's quick to loot and you could either third party one of the nearby POIs or just keep collecting loot on the outskirts as there's plenty of scavenger spots nearby. Typically, I found a sword when landing here, but there are also 100% sword spawns to the west or the south. I especially like this drop because it gives you flexibility, and I'm someone that tends to like to play more passively in tournaments and fight in arena, so this drop gives you a little bit of both. If you want to fight, you can. If you want to play passively, you can do that as well. If you're playing this season, you also need to know that zones have changed. We've gone from 9 to 12 zones, and I talk about every single zone and how that changed. Check out this video.